Hey everyone, my name's Noah. How you doing today? Today I'm back with a new video. So in today's video, I'm choosing to start over on the series thing. So I just wanted to make a character real quick because that's kind of what I seem to do a lot. Anyway, so I'm probably going to choose to play as a Drakthir Warlock as a male. So I just wanted to customize him real quick. Like I kind of like the color setup, but I'm just gonna do whatever I want with it. I kinda know what I want to do for a Drakthir Warlock anyway. So you probably just have to wait and see what I make out of it. So I'm gonna go with Smoke. So you can kinda see where I'm going with this a bit. Myth, would that do anything? Okay, yeah, it does that. Okay, that works. And then for the markings color, I want to go black. But I probably would have wanted to go with the Cinder. Really? I mean, I suppose I could go with that. Really, but I think I'm gonna go with it. So you can kind of tell by the colors, it's kind of like a, um, kind of like what you see with a Shaw or something like that, or with the magic or whatever, or a Shadow Bolt. Really, chest spikes aren't really need because I know what I'm gonna do with this. So high stag, black, no horn jewelry, crest, thorns. Face, I could do one, two, or three. I want to go with one because it looks like, or two, maybe three. Alright, I'm just gonna go with three. Snout, horned, face pattern, scorch. Because then it kind of blends in a bit. And then you just kind of got like the stripes on the legs, tail, and on the wings. Which honestly looks better to me, in my opinion at least. Eye color, I want it to be green because warlocks usually have green eyes to begin with, so that's fell corruption pretty much. Eye style glow, keep it as that. Eyesight, keep it as that. Ears, I would like to make it. Um, I want to go with the longhorn because it kind of follows the Deathwing one if you think about it. So I think that looks kind of cool. So I kind of like to fantasize about a fell corrupted Deathwing. For cheeks, I can go with horn, but like I said, I kind of got an idea on how I want to do this. So for the helm, I want it to be Shaco because, well, he's a caster, really. No shoulders. For the chest, I don't go with traditional. No upper arms. What about lower arms? So I kind of usually tend to go with the talons, but I'm just gonna go with the bracers. For the armor color, I could choose it to be black or anything else. I mean, the purple looks good, it blends in a bit. Same thing with this one, it blends in, but in general, I just think the black is better. The white, now like the white armor, which is like silver to me, like, I like it, it looks cool. I just want to go with the class, really. And I don't really think it has any black in there because I know it would be more green. So, like, this one, I would presume. But then again, black just works better. For the waist, I'm going to go with Draconic. For the breechcloth, I'm going to go with Scaleborn. I'm not the biggest fan of this one. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of Regal and Regal. But the Draconic and Scaleborn just kind of work together a bit better. I would go for a thigh option, uh, but for this, I don't know which one would be caster friendly. Really, I mean, I like this one, just kind of works a bit better, just kind of like wraps around and just sits there, you know? But then again, kind of got all these other ones. This one is usually my go-to, but then there's Scaleborn and Tacits, which I think would work better with a caster, I want to say. The reason why I go with Tacits is because Scaleborn, it just doesn't work with me. It just doesn't sit right, really. So I'm gonna go with Tacits. Fetus Greaves, Wing Decoration. I usually go with the Talon, mostly because I just think it works better. But I haven't tried to go with the Ring option. I mean, if I just look at it, it's like I'm looking all over the place, and it tends to be a bit overwhelming for me in particular. So if we kind of had more customizations on there, that would be great. And then for the tail, I kind of usually just go with flail and spikes just because I think that works. But I think for this one, I don't think I'm going to do that. I'd like to go with curtailed, but I always like this one better. It just makes the tail look long, you know? And I seem to like that. And of course, I forgot about the throat right there. Um, where is it? So it's a large fin. I want to make that thorns. Okay. And the only problem I really have with this is that these two things just kind of like, I don't know, like glitch through. So that kind of tends to be an issue for me. So I usually just go with none or nub. Just not anything that glitches right through. Because to me, that's just problematic. Might as well take the horns off too. And then he looks like a bit of a caster, really. This way. With the rings, I don't think that's very caster-like. But I do want to stick with it. Because I kind of always tend to stick with what I like the most, but I can always just go around and maybe change some things up a little. So probably like that horned snout option right there. I like it, but there's like plenty of others I have not played around with. So I'm thinking maybe I want to go for like a long snout. So kind of like a basilisk. You know, I haven't really played around with that one. I haven't played around with many of the customization options all that much because I always go around with what I like. So, yeah, I kind of want to go with this. I actually like this. Alright, and then there's the visage form, which is this dude. I really wish we could change that in the long run, hopefully. So I kind of usually just tend to go for like one of these ones, where you just kind of simply because I like it. But I want to go with this one. Now, do I want to stick with the 8 option? Oh no. But let's play around with it a little. So I kind of did find out that I'm starting to like the wavy option, but when I do that, that ear kind of glitches right through. So that makes it a little difficult, which requires me to change it up. So I do want to go with green and black. Don't want hair decoration. I don't know about a full beard though. Like I would like to go with goatee because then you can see the scales on the side right here. Can't really see them on this side all that well. Horns, don't really want those. Get rid of that. Scale pattern. So you kind of went with Singe. We also got Seer, Scorch, Smolder. I think I'm going to go with this one because if I'm going to go with that, I might as well just put a beard on him and say that's good. And then, what else? Headdress is gone. Eye color is purple. I suppose purple is an okay option, but I'm gonna go with green. Eyesight's good. Ears, if I make it medium, it's gonna glitch right through a bit, which requires me to use the short ear option, which I extremely dislike. But I hope Blizz makes note of the glitch with customization options on certain races. I can do earrings if I want and try to find something that has green in it. But honestly, if we're gonna get stuck with a blood elf, you should might as well just make the blood elf customization options put on, well, that. But it's nice to see that we get different customization options at least. Really. Alright, let's see, where was I? Probably like here, because I would have wanted to go with an earring option. But then again, you only see it on one ear, not the other. So, just get rid of that. Here comes the fun part, because by scales, I don't want it to be cinder. I would like it to be smoke. I'm gonna go with that one. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I need to change the scale color. Where is that? Here we go. So, it kind of has to be purple, because I want it to match. Really. So, I think that's good. Actually. I kind of do like this quite a bit. So, I'm going to stick with that. Now it's just kind of time to give him a name, randomizer. I'm just going to keep going until I find something good, like Zathan. I don't know if Zathan's going to work though. Aurelurvis? I don't know how to say that. Shanoth. Shanoth. I like Shaw. The SHA. And then there's Tartrol, so I could do like Shawtrol or something like that. Or Trozeneth. I don't know, but I kind of like to mix them up. Nithanaut, Trawler, Zerazath. I actually like that one. Zerazath. It's a little difficult to say, but I can work with that. Click finish. And where'd you get put in Worm Rest Accord? That is so stupid. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, dagnabbit, I hate it when this happens. Okay. Now I kind of do tend to arrange this quite a bit just to get it to what I like, really. So I kind of want Alliance with Alliance and Horde with Horde. But I think with the way I got it, I kind of do seem to like it. So I can just put the Dune Hunter here and that on the side, but that's not going to work. So, I mean, I suppose this could work, but I can always just change it to something like that if I want. Honestly, this works for me. Really. So because I created Zath, I would have wanted to start with a Drakthir Warlock for this new series. Simply because I like Drakthir Warlocks a lot. I like Demon Hunters too, but that's ultimately based on preference. And yes, I am drinking coffee. I drink coffee a lot. As for which one I should go with, I don't really know. Because I've already spent like 15 minutes on this already, on just creating a character and just talking. But as for what I want to go with, I don't really know. I could just make this like a 25-minute video if I want to. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Make it a 25-minute video. I am so tempted to go with a Demon Hunter and Warlock. Oh, hey, I actually got it the way I want it. Nice. Cool. Because then it's like Alliance with Alliance, and then Horde with Horde right there. And this is on the Forgotten Coast realm. I don't know too much about it, per se, but what I do know is that it's a server. It probably doesn't matter if your alliance or horde on any of them, because you can literally be whatever faction, whatever race and class combo you want. Um, I should really decide which character I want to play on. Um, I'm so tempted to play as Zerazath or Shaladir. Um, I guess I'll play as Zerazath. I mean, it won't take too long though, because this dude is like, Alliance. I always get the Alliance. I was thinking Horde, but then I had to say Alliance. There is going to be a few cutscenes, so I'm just going to skip them because I really don't care about them all that much. Yes, close, yes. And then now this is the time to go into options to show you guys what I do. So I always have it on auto loot. Some of this I kind of usually tend to stick to what it is. I don't want sticky targeting on. Actually, that kind of seems stupid. Interface. I always go with larger nameplates. Enemy unit nameplates. I could do like minions, minor ones. That would be turn on this to display unit nameplates for minor enemies. Okay. Then I could do like friendly and minions. That would probably be a bit easier if I'm gonna like interact with someone. Probably. Action bars. 3, 4, 3, 5, 6. This kind of look all jumbled jabbled like that. So now I already got like one of this set up. So it's like one. So it kind of makes it a lot easier because then I could stick warbands over here. And then I could just rearrange this here. Because some of these I don't ever really use. Really. Let's put Great Hellstone right there. And then I could just pick a specialization right here. There could be Affliction, Deal Knowledge, or Destruction. I'm gonna go with Destruction because that seems to get the job done a lot faster when it comes to like hostile NPCs or something like that. There's a player right there as a Drakthir who's a rogue. Complete quest, accept. So there's like optional quests. So like talk to Emberthal and Questor are both optional, but using the portal to go to Chromie. I could just steal and just skip on the optional things. There's Scale Commander Azurathil, who is the representative for the Obsidian Warder Drakthir, so just right clicking on him. And then it kind of is like all that, but I don't want to read all that because it's kind of a waste of time. Really, because I'd rather just play the game and just see what there is to see, really. World of Warcraft is one of those games where you can just do anything to your heart's content. There's another Drakthir who's a priest. That's off Anvilmar. Forward to adventure, complete. Religions are made, accept. And then I just have to select a timeline. But how much time do I have left? Okay, so I still got a bit more time. So I could do any one of these as I so wish, but Dragonflight is recommended for some odd reason. So it's kind of up to me here. I can go and get my Garrison, start Legion to get the title, Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands. The three of which have world quests, same thing with Dragonflight. So the goal here is to get up to the War Within before the new content patch drops. So that's 11.1.5, but I think that might be a while. So let's just go with one and go from there. So I kind of want to go with Draenor. Really? So I'm going to show you guys a trick. So if you take up Draenor, turn that quest in, then click on that, accept it. So here's a trick that I picked up on that I seem to do on my own. Where is it though? Is it in spellbook? General. Okay, so there's soar, visage. I want to put there. There's also chosen identity. I want to put that there. I don't ever use wing buffet or wing buffet. Did I seriously just say buffet? Okay. Anyway, so whatever you do, do not talk to the Vanguard Battle Mage and don't speak to Khadgar, because I'm going to show you guys a trick. Oh, bollocks. Okay. Need to rearrange that a little. Just use that again while I rearrange all this. Right. Okay. So like I said, don't speak to this person. Just go straight up through here. And because the Drakthir have soar, you probably either know where I'm going with this or I'm not going with this. Okay, so let's... And I think it's, what, this way? Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yep, Storm Shield Ashran, that's where you want to go. And then once you go through the portal, so because we have what's called Warband, where everything is linked through one character, it can be moved on to other characters. So let's scroll in on this, because one thing I want is either the Flight Master or I could just soar. So through here, the Flight Master would be straight up there, so let's go over there. Okay, so I can just right click the Flight Master, and because of Warbands, I can go anywhere on here. So because I'm not Hordes, I can't go over there. So like everything there would be hostile to me. So you want to go what's called Lunarfall Alliance Storm Shadowmoon Valley. What's gone into me today? Words. Okay, so that's where you want to go. Because you tend to start with a little bit of currency. And while I'm thinking about it, I might as well do this. I always go with junk. So if I just clean that up, it's not going to move anything because I don't have anything else on this character. Except for a Hearthstone and the gear that came with it. That is a lot of talking, and I'm having a hard time with words. Probably because I just need more coffee, really. So this video is really supposed to be about the game and what you kind of saw me do already. What was I thinking of? Crap, I kind of just forgot. But yeah, I usually try to make it about the game, but that kind of ends up just me just talking about whatever. Really. So like I said, I talk about one thing and pretty much just go on to the next. Really. Okay, so we're kind of pretty much here. My coffee is getting cold. I can always just heat it up. I'm not going to do that. So, you're not going to see anything. And the reason why is because you kind of need to start getting your garrison. So, let's click on soar. Let's go high up. So you can see where we're going. You want to go where this is right here. Where the ship crashed. And then you just kind of land right there. And then you'll get the quest from Prophet Velen to start with the garrison. Now you kind of don't really have to follow them. You could just go straight there and they would meet you there, really. So let's just go over there. And then there's Vindicare Maraud. Speak to him. Complete. Accept. Alliance banner. Just place it down and then everything will just come through. Or just the NPCs will come out through the portal. Anyway, it's kind of been about 25 minutes. But I can probably go up to 26 or 30 for the first time around, because usually the first 30 minutes would just kind of be like about a start to a new series. That's kind of what I do tend to do, go for 30 minutes. But I'm just going to talk to him, complete, and then I'm just going to say goodbye. And then from here, I'm just going to end the video right here. So I'm more than happy to keep going on this character, but there are other characters that I do have that I do want to level, because I want to start making more videos out of World of Warcraft. Just me with gameplay, with commentary, really. Or if you guys want, I can make a return to doing no commentary, which I can always do. And then just kind of, from there I can do whatever I want. Anyway, this is going to be the end of the video. I will see a lot of you later, and hopefully in the next video. Bye-bye.